What's up, y'all? Happy 2023. I know it is February and I should have told you that in January, but y'all have been dropping hints that you want to see more of me on camera, so I decided to say it today. Happy New Year. I hope you are doing well. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the power of leverage. This was something that I did not learn about until well into my trading career, and when I got the understanding, I realized just how powerful of an investment vehicle Forex could be if used properly. So that's what I want to kick it with you about today, okay? So some of you might know what leverage is, some of you might not know, but for you to get a better understanding, leverage is a mechanism that allows you to make a small investment and control a larger position in the market. So when I say that, when you signed up with your brokerage account, you probably had a couple different options that you could choose from. I've seen leveraged accounts between 10 to 1 and all the way up to 2,000 to 1. And so I never understood what that meant. But, well, let me take that back. I didn't understand it until I was well into trading, what it actually meant. Once I understood it, I was like, oh, dang, this is huge. So what that means is that when you make a deposit into a brokerage account, let's say you put in $250 and you choose responsibly that you want a 50 to 1 leveraged account. What that means is that the broker, for every dollar that you input, the broker is going to give you $50 worth of trading power. So when we look at $250 on a 50 to 1 leveraged account, that means that you are trading power on that account is $12,500. This is why people are able to scale accounts very quickly because of the leverage. Now, just as quickly as that leverage can work for your benefit, it can also work bad for you, right? Because just as quickly as you make those gains and you compound those gains, you could lose it just like that. One of the very first videos that I did was talking about how I blew an $8,000 account. Now, that leverage that let me take $150 in 3 weeks and scale it up to almost 9 grand, I lost in 3 days because I didn't understand the power of leverage, negative and positive. So to break this down for you even further, I'm gonna give you a couple of tips so that you don't have to go through what I went through. You can save yourself the heartache, you can save yourself the pain, and you can trade wisely and you can trade smart. Now, before we talk about the tips, I'm just gonna break down why people think leverage in Forex is a scam. They think it's a scam because it's high risk. It's high risk, but it's also high reward. But when you're armed with the right tools, you can turn those risks into more controlled approaches to the market. So let's go over my tips for safely using leverage in the Forex market. The first thing that you want to pay attention to is you want to choose a reputable broker. Now, I get contacted all the time with people asking for recommendations on who they should pick as a broker. Now, you got to remember, I started trading 6 years ago, well, almost 6 years ago in September. And so a lot has changed since then. The broker that I'm with does not take US clients anymore. And so likely you will not be able to get an account with them. But there are several things that you need to look at when choosing a broker. You know, one of the most important to me was access to customer service, so that when I was going to make withdrawals, I knew that I could get in touch with somebody, whether that be by phone, whether it be by email, but what was the response time? I also looked at spreads, and I looked at the amount of money that was coming out, so the cost and the commissions that were charged per trade. Now, I don't trade crypto, I don't trade indices, and so that wasn't something that I needed access to. So you really need to do just a little bit of homework in choosing a broker. The second tip that I have for you in order to stay safe in these Forex streets is that you want to start off with a small amount of leverage, right? Because if you go and you start off at $1,000 to 1, I guarantee you're gonna blow your account. I really think this is the reason a lot of people end up blowing accounts, is because they see that they have access to this leverage and they're like, okay, well, I could just hit it in one lick and then be done, right? It would all be so great if things worked out that way, but 99% of the time, you're gonna blow that account. right? So you want to start off small, and that's a good way to train yourself in order to make sure that you are not over leveraging and you're using proper risk management in order to compound and grow your account. The goal of Forex trading should be compounding and growing over time. Not a one lick, I made $8,000 off this one trade, I'm good, I'm out. It should be small gains over time, because small gains over time add up to big wins. My next tip, some of y'all gonna fight me over this, I already know. Like, I've had discussions on Instagram, I've had discussions on Facebook about this, but y'all need to be using stop losses. Like, I wish I could tell you the analogy that I have for this, but I can't. Like, y'all need to be using stop losses. Trading without a stop loss is like asking for your account to be blown, because even though you might have the most perfect analysis in the world, you are 100% confident in what you think is going to happen in the market. Just when you have that confidence, things go the other way. And if you don't have a stop loss, you risk losing everything, all of those small wins that you compounded. You risk losing all of that hard work that you put in. So make sure that you are putting a stop loss on every trade. And if you don't know how to size your stop loss, I encourage you to check out my risk management calculator, so that you can learn a little bit more about what you're doing. I also recommend taking the Fibonacci course. In that, you will learn where you need to place your stop loss, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. Shameless plug. But the next thing that you want to do, you want to make sure that you limit your exposure. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Don't bet the whole account on one trade. Like, Forex is gonna be here. It's not going anywhere. There's no reason that you need to be trading a standard on a $150 account. Right? Even $1,000 account, I think that's a little bit aggressive, but some people will argue with me. But do not overexpose yourself. That is key in order to have consistent profits in the market. And the final tip that I have for you is to keep learning. Like, people contact me all the time because I study. I love information, and I love the process of learning, right? And so I'm constantly studying. And so even though I am a registered commodity trading advisor, it doesn't mean that I know everything. Like, I have a coach, right? I have someone who teaches me and who corrects me on things that I may be doing wrong or a wrong approach to the market or whatever else. So you want to make sure that you constantly learn. And if you don't have a good source of education, I highly recommend that you check out the resources that I have available by visiting the link in the video description. More importantly, if you have not done the mini course, the free mini course, it don't cost no money. If you have not done that mini course, go ahead and sign up by clicking the link in the video description. In conclusion, leverage can be an amazing tool for you in this Forex market, because it allows a low barrier of entry into the market. Like, if you were trying to trade stocks, even with stock options, you still have to have $1,000, maybe $2,000 to get started. And for a lot of people, that's just not realistic, you know, these days. But a couple $100, you can get started in the Forex market, and you can learn this skill, master this skill, and scale your money responsibly. Okay, so I appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you're looking for a group of like-minded individuals, that's no cost, make sure you click the link in the video description that says join my Facebook group today. And then again, if you have not done the mini course, click the link below. I don't know what you're waiting for, and go ahead and get started. See you on the next video. Bye.